We were so gutted about the result. We just broke down like inside.
On the night Scotland voted no, Eva and Nina became the human face of the Yes camp's disappointment. Their iconic image beamed across the world. 3 weeks on, the dejections turned to something else.
What about now? Will politics go back in its box for you?
No, not at all. Actually, because we've become a lot more engaged, it's actually interesting to speak about like what parties do we want. Like we've become more involved in knowing our members of parliament and stuff like that. We met a lot of people that actually share our same political views. So.
What are they? What would you describe them as? How would you vote now?
I'd say I'm quite left-wing.
You are?
Yeah.
Like left.
Left?
Yeah. Far left.
Far left?
Neither of them is old enough to vote in a general election, but they're part of a big change underway in Scottish politics. Since the referendum, the SNP's membership has tripled to 75,000 and rising. The Scottish Greens have also tripled membership to 6,000. But where does all this political energy go now? This bar in Glasgow changed its name during the referendum. Its regular crowd are young, professional, more interested in designer beer than tartan. Once, its owner was part of Labour's political machine. Not anymore.
I did actually leave Labour a few years ago when they marched us into illegal wars. But I've now recently, post-referendum, I've actually joined the SNP and intend to be very active.
But even those who are still turned off by party politics are suddenly re-engaged.
A year ago, 6 months ago, people were more interested in what Kim Kardashian was wearing, sadly. But now we've got groups of kids, 19, 20 years old, in here, arguing about economic policy, arguing about discussing, talking about the future, talking about the situation in Gaza. And it feels like when I was a student 20 years ago in the NUS.
If its new members stay, the politics of the SNP itself could start to change, but it's Labour that faces the immediate challenge. Just 2 miles away, and the world of trendy bars seems distant. Govan Hill and the Gorbals were once traditional Labour areas that went yes in the referendum after activists with the Radical Independence campaign mobilised the vote.
We were in and out of all the places around here, and yeah, it was really interesting.
For people here, this campaigner tells me it had little to do with nationalism.
They came out because they saw a chance to seize power and they saw a chance to change things for the better and to have what is not particularly a radical agenda, which is just simple rights to housing, to health, to education. They saw a chance to have that implemented. I mean, there is a strategy coming from some on the radical left to talk about an alliance of parties to push out the unionist parties, specifically the Labour Party.
If they can do that, some activists here believe there's both space and energy for a new left party, like those in Greece and Spain. But for now, Yes campaigners in the Gorbals are focused on doing specific damage to Labour.
What kind of information do you need?
Just your name and if you've got an email address.
They're getting people to sign a pledge to vote for anyone but Labour. We used to complain the young and poor were disengaged from politics. In Scotland, they're engaged in a way that could change the political landscape.